2 boys who were arrested after a 16-year-old was shot in the chest have been released on bail. That's right. A 16-year-old boy was set upon by 14 males. So 14 boys, some of them perhaps men, we're not entirely sure. But a 16-year-old was attacked by 14 males, 2 of which went up to him at close range with a shotgun and shot him in the chest. Thankfully, the 16-year-old boy in question had an angel looking over him. Not only has he survived, but he has non-life-threatening injuries. I don't wish to downplay things too much. As far as I understand, the 16-year-old boy, who has not been named, is still hospitalized. He's still in a serious condition. Let's hope and pray he does make a full recovery, but it's quite remarkable that he has survived being shot at close range in the chest by a shotgun. So going back to one of the shocking parts of this case is that the 2 boys that have been arrested in relation to the attempted murder of the 16-year-old boy, they're aged 15 years old and 16 years old. They've been released on bail. So for some unknown reason that I can't quite fathom, the Greater Manchester Police decided to let their key suspects go. Why would they do that? That is just so dumb. Of course, this is a fairly short article. It's fairly new in the investigation. This incident happened Thursday afternoon, a few days ago. But why the heck would the police release the 2 prime suspects, regardless of their age? They believe them to have gone up at close range and shot a 16-year-old boy at point blank range in the chest. And that's after 14 males had attacked the 16-year-old boy. Why would the police want them walking the streets again? That makes no sense to me whatsoever. So we're told that the shooting happened in the afternoon, in the broad daylight. There were other kids playing in the area when seemingly 14 males attacked a 16-year-old. Why? Well, we don't know why, but I would have to assume that it's gang related. Perhaps the 16-year-old victim was a gang member, is a gang member. Perhaps they're not, but I would be very confident that the 14 males that attacked the 16-year-old, they're gang members, at least most of them. They're mob members, and I've got to feel sorry for the people of Stretford and Greater Manchester for living in such a frankly shithole, riddled by crime such that your children get shot in the chest with shotguns. They get attacked by hordes of males, 14. So I hope and pray the 16-year-old boy, again, he hasn't been named. I hope and pray that he is able to make a full recovery, that he does survive. I hope that justice is served. I hope the Greater Manchester Police wake the F up and revoke any bail for their prime suspects. A 15-year-old and a 16-year-old, they were arrested and charged with attempted murder in regards to shooting the 16-year-old boy at close range in the chest with a shotgun. But then the police decide, oh, it's all right, boys. These things happen. On your way. What the heck are they thinking? Police are asking for anyone with information to come forward. Perhaps you have CCTV footage of the incident, dashcam footage, doorbell footage. If anyone has any information, please do reach out to authorities. And I do hope that crime is reduced in these areas. I grew up at a time when Manchester was riddled with no-go areas. It was the only place in England at the time, maybe Liverpool, that had no-go areas. Police didn't feel safe going in certain parts of Manchester. I grew up a few decades ago, so it's a bit sad to see that likely things have devolved even further. So I hope the authorities are able to stamp out crime. I presume youth crime in general. I presume gang crime. Do what you have to do. I mean, if it were up to me, I'd lock them all up. I'd make sure that the 14 males that attacked the 16-year-old are locked up. Even if they're 15, even if they're 14, even if they're 10, I would lock them up. Personally, if it were up to me. Okay, you're not going to put a 10-year-old or an 8-year-old into an adult prison, sure, I get that. But you've got to give them some level of severe punishment to stamp out these gang crimes, these gangs. Maybe you go after the parents. Maybe you jail the parents. Hey parents, your 9-year-old kid is causing havoc. They're a part of this gang. They're going around stabbing people, threatening people, drug dealing, doing this, doing that. We're not really in a position to do too much to the 9-year-old, so parents, you're going to pay. You're going to spend some time in jail. And then maybe that will teach you how to be a proper parent. Maybe that will serve as a reminder to other parents in the community that they ought to ensure that their children don't go around committing crime. Anyway, I've I've gone on a bit of a ramble there, so I'll wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.